Hello and welcome to this session on running a fencing event 101. I'm Evie, the events manager at British Fencing, and in this session we will cover a variety of topics useful for event organisers when looking to run an event. In this session we will cover event licensing, resources for event organisers, and some top tips ahead of running your event. So starting with event licensing, we will cover what event licensing is, why is it important, and the different types of event license, and making sure that you are choosing the right one for your event. The event licensing scheme provides fencing event organisers with appropriate insurance and public liability cover for their events. As well as holding the licence for the insurance to be valid, all events must follow the BF policies and procedures, including safety guidelines and safeguarding policies and procedures. This includes having a qualified event welfare officer present throughout your event. All events under the event licensing scheme are subject to the event licensing terms and conditions, which can be found on the BF website, and links to these are also found on the event license application forms. So what events need to be covered with an event license? So to be covered under the insurance policy, all competitions and events must hold a license, whether this is a competitive event, a ranking event, an open event, a closed event, or a recreational event. So there are two main categories of event license, which are competitive and recreational, and they have a slightly different application form depending on the type. So to know what event license your event will need, there is a handy table on our website that includes the key differences, as you can see here, between the two types of events. Now, to fit into one or the other, it doesn't mean that there are all sort of types the same to be classed as a recreational event. It's that a large majority of those characteristics, as seen in the table here, can be seen within that event. So as a summary, competitive events follow a very traditional format and a traditional competition experience, with everyone starting at the same time or a fixed start time depending on the weapon, and the end time varies depending on how well a participant performs, and are likely contain the word championships or be part of an event series. So, for example, a regional championship, a county championship, or a BF ranking event. Whereas recreation events are focusing on fun, variety of different formats, and events like beginners events, novices events, and don't contribute to rankings. So if your event is falling under the competitive license category, you will need to license your event via the BF membership platform, Sport80. To find this, there are videos on the BF website, which we'll come into later, under the resources zone on how to do this, but it's under the licensing tab on the left-hand side. There are several different package types, which you are able to select through when you go through the system. This includes ranking. So, for example, BF ranking events, so senior opens and cadet and junior BRCs, and a couple of non-ranking options, which would be the regional or county championship type events. If you are choosing a on-platform option, which means that you are taking your entries through the platform, you will need to link a Stripe account to the event, and there'll be options on how to do this. This is the sort of the payment gateway that is used on Sport80 to take payments for the event. If you're running a BF ranking event, so this is a senior open or a cadet or junior BRC, there are slightly different additional terms and conditions which can be found on the event licensing terms and conditions, and there's some information and requirements of organisers for this as well. So a few seasons ago was the introduction of the automated ranking system. There is a guide on the website on this, and this includes the timelines that organisers are responsible for uploading the data to Sport 80, and how to do this. If your event isn't a competitive event, it's a recreational event, there is a different process. Instead of going through Sport 80, recreational event licenses are applied for via an online form on the BF website. As discussed earlier, there are some ideas for recreational events such as have-a-go events, mixed weapon team challenges, and training camps and holiday camps also come under this licensing type. Running an event on Sport 80, there are resources available as I've discussed. Once you've set your license up, you will receive an email to say that your license has been approved. At this point, you then need to go into the event admin panel. Again, instructions on how to do this is found on the website, and you need to set up several of the event features. It's good to note that the age groups listed, so for example, if you're running a youth event or only a single weapon event, aren't automatically listed and pulled through from the license form to be set up. You need to go into the event and go through onto the athlete entry options tab and set up this, whether it's age groups for a youth event or whether you're only doing certain weapons. You can go in there and customize this. This also includes setting the age restriction dates for the certain weapons or age groups that you've got. Alongside doing the age groups, there are a number of different features that organisers can make use of when running their event on Sport 80, such as setting early bird prices and late entry fees, discount codes, uploading your event logo or event pack to the event. You are able to send emails to all participants through the platform, and you are also able to download event reports. So this is particularly useful for a finance report, which you get through the system, athlete entry report, which you can get the contact information of each entrant. And also this is where you will find the files that will need to be uploaded if you're running a competition through a competition software such as On Guard or Fencing Time. So here we have the front page of the Event Organiser Zone on the BF website, where many resources that I've mentioned can be found. To find this, from the left-hand sidebar on the main web page, go to Events and Courses and Event Organiser Zone. Here you can see the three main news boxes, and then below there are quick links to things such as the terms and conditions and frequently asked questions. This page here is from that page, the resources for event organisers. So this is when running through the BF platform. There's a number of different resources such as step-by-step instructions, video guides that are provided by Sport 80, and also videos from BF when we've had questions or suggestions from organisers. If you're running an event, we have some top tips on the Organiser Zone, but just to go through a couple here that are really key to think about at the start of your journey to organising an event. Ensure that you have your welfare officer available and their qualifications are in date. They must be present at the event throughout the event. Posters of their name and contact number should be displayed at the venue. You will also be required to do this on the event licensing form. So if there are any changes to who your event welfare officer is, you must contact BF to update these. Similarly, you must ensure that you've got a risk assessment done and you run through this during your setup to see if there are any updates or changes that need to be done depending on your venue. Many venues will ask this as part of the terms and conditions of your booking, so it's really key that you work with your venue to make sure that this is done. Similarly, first aid cover, please check with your venue whether this is covered through your venue or you as organisers are responsible for organising this. As mentioned, on Sport 80 you can get their entrance emergency contact details and medical information. This is downloaded through the athlete entry report. But if you aren't running it through the platform or it's a recreational event, please ensure that you have this information and that you have the relevant GDPR policies in place for this. If you're looking for referees for your event, you can complete an online form to promote your event to the refereeing community. A link to this is found on the Organiser Zone. There are the key areas that need to be reported, so accidents and near misses. There are online reporting tools found on the website, and any black cards must be reported via the website as well. As mentioned, there are lots more areas on the Event Organiser Zone, and if you have any questions or any specific areas that you would like more content on, please get in touch. Thanks for watching this session, and if you have any questions, please contact us on the address below. Thank you.